Hey everybody, Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads, and I want to share with you an awesome Facebook ad that one of our clients did here, and he just absolutely crushed it at his open house. So go ahead and pause the video anytime you need to see what I'm doing. But in this post here from Kevin, recently he did a boosted post off his branded business page and targeted people that were interested in Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com. And he boosted it for $30 for 3 days. And I know there's a lot of talk in the industry about boosting posts does not work. Well, it does work. So this is one of those things. I like to do ads sometimes. I like to do a boosted post sometimes. I like to mix it up. I don't want things to get stale, right? I don't want anything to get stale. So that Kevin boosted a post. This guy is pretty experienced. He knows what he's doing, and he had great results. In fact, he says here, the results are in the fact that the open house was an absolute madhouse for 3 hours. Constant flow of people. He and his son, who is also a licensed real estate agent, both had their Listings to Leads open house feedback form going, and we're just absolutely just getting them in there. All right. He then retargeted, right? Used the Facebook pixel, retargeted those people that had looked at the ad and clicked through it, so that you can continue to stay in front of those people as well. So I'll talk about the Facebook pixel at the end of this segment. Also going to talk about a few other things, such as how can we generate seller leads from our open house. We got a really, really cheap way to generate higher quality seller leads, what you're going to get from a Facebook ad. So let's run through it. Let's actually do this, what Kevin did. All right. So before we get to that, let me just show you the boosted post. Kevin Cooper Realtor, that's his business page. Here's the ad, and I mean, this is just crazy. For $30, 3 days, 27 shares, 7,400 post clicks, 143 people liking, loving, and so on, right down here, 143 people. I don't know how you get much better than that. So let's get to it. I am going to go into Listings to Leads. I'm on the listing dashboard. And I've got an open house already set for 4704 Gold Lane. And I'm going to just click on the task list. So I'll bring up the task list. And Kevin used the single property website. So we got a landing page here. And really, I mean, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of another. Which one do you want to use? So since he used the single property website, let's go ahead and bring that up. I'm going to click on the view icon. And let's just go ahead and launch that. And the reason this is generating leads, aside from the great ad, is the automated lead capture form. He's using the continuous Facebook, the Facebook registration lead form. You can toggle between this, or you can use a standard lead form, either way, but it's also forced, so you can't click past this without giving up your information. So that's all good stuff right there. So let's grab that URL and just copy it. Let's go to our branded business page. Now, oftentimes, if you're following us, we talk about using an unbranded community page. And I think similar to a boosted post versus an ad, a branded business page versus an unbranded community page, right? Mix it up. Just mix it up. So let's do a post. So to follow along what Kevin did, I'm going to click on photo and video. And then I'm going to use the first option here, upload photos and video. I'm going to upload some photos of my property. I don't like to do more than 5, all right? Don't give it all away, right? In fact, I probably wouldn't even do 5, but 5 would be the max. So the photos are loading. And notice the slider. I can bring it over here, and the photo I want in the front is right there. I'm going to talk about that photo in particular because you're going to notice a green banner along the bottom. After I upload the photos, I drop in the link. And then I'm going to put open house. Now, Kevin had the price in there. And you can go ahead and rewind the video, pause it to see his ad more. I will show his ad again. I'm not going to put the price. He also put, I'll just kind of mimic him. And he's got that symbol. Now, I think the only time I'd put all this information in here is if this is a very standard kind of a characteristic of the homes in your area, right? 2 to 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2 cars. That's kind of the average in your area. Then go ahead and do that. Otherwise, I might not put all of this information in there, but he's also got the new roof, right? That's awesome stuff. All right, and so on, all right? And then I'm going to put all right, so we got this ad going. All right, open house in Granite Bay. I'll put this Sunday. All right, got the ad, or got the post, I should say. Let's just publish it. And we'll take a look at it, and I'll explain a few things here. So there's the post. Notice the image, right? Awesome image. Here's the post itself. They got the link to click. They got the image to click. All right. So lots of good stuff right there. Now, he then boosted this post. So he did not even go into the ads manager. So if I scroll down here, you'll see I got the boost option. And let's walk through some of the options here, because you may not realize some of the additions that Facebook has made to the boosted post section. So if I click on the edit, let me close this. I want to show you one more time. Right at the top here, people you choose through targeting edit. And I'll leave gender as it is. I'm going to take age. This will be, look at your area and look at the property. All right, so I'm going to say for my area, 28 and listing. I'm going to say 55. And I'm going to say the city name. And I'm going to take that plus 25. And I'm going to bring it down to 10. I got the slider over here on the far right, so make use of that. You're going to have to make use of that to really get into all this stuff. Now I'm going to type in Zillow. So let's get people that have an interest in Zillow. I'm going to type in Trulia, so people who are following Trulia. So that's where that slider comes in. Trulia. Try it one more time. Trulia. Again, interest. And let's do Realtor.com. Again, the interest one, Realtor.com. Now we want to exclude people. Again, getting down in here can be a little bit funky with that slider. So I'm going to type in now exclude real estate. We're going to exclude real estate by behavior. So notice behavior in the far right. And I could also type in Realtor. See if Realtor comes up as a job title, which it didn't in this case. I'm going to type in real estate one more time and see if I see any real estate job titles. There you go, real estate broker. I want to exclude these people. It's not going to affect my reach too much. You can see my audience is defined. I'm going to bring this down so you can see potential reach. Oh, Canada. Where'd that come from? Let's get rid of Canada. We love our Canadian clients, but for this listing, I don't need to show this in Canada. And we got now a potential reach of 38,000. All right. So I'm going to save that. That's our audience. I'm going to scroll down a little bit more. I'll leave it on Instagram, but just pay attention to that. Total budget. I'll leave it at 50 for a second. I'm going to let this run. Today is May 31st. I'm going to let it run through the open house on the 3rd. That's $12.50 a day for 4 days. Turn on my Facebook pixel. Got my payment information in there. I got my ad over here and click boost. All right. And that will boost the post. We are going to have an ad as soon as that is approved that will look something like this, except we'll have that banner right across that main image there that'll help to get more leads, and I'll show you where that image came from in a minute. So this is the first segment, talking about how to do a boosted post that actually generates leads. All right. Now, I want to show you, remember he said he was at the open house, his son was upstairs, he was downstairs, and as people came through, this is the open house feedback form. All right. So when people fill this out, they get sent the single property website e-flyer from your listings to leads account for the listing. All right. And that single property website e-flyer has a lot of lead capture and a lot of call to actions in that as well. So that's a whole nother thing that's going to help generate more leads for them and get more people engaged with them, right? It's not about just generating leads, but it's about engaging people. So that single property website, I should say the open house e-flyer sent to them will also increase his engagement as well. But back into listings to leads here, there are a number of other things that he can do to keep generating leads. All right. So one of them is a email will automatically go out to the seller for them to post that listing on Facebook. And I'm going to show you what that looks like when the seller puts it on Facebook. So this is on the seller's Facebook page, what the post typically looks like. All right. And when their friends click it off the seller's Facebook page, they land on your open house single property website. You got the great lead capture coming up, and you're able to generate more referral leads from the seller's sphere of influence on Facebook. All right. Now, the seller also gets an e-flyer to share with their friends via email. You also have an e-flyer, which I'm going to show you in a second. That image that displayed up on Facebook comes from right here. All right, and this image is awesome because it can be edited. So for example, I'm going to show you next an Instagram post where I just edited this image and I just click the download button, and that'll actually let me download that image so that I can later upload it to Instagram. So here is that image on Instagram. I can upload it to Craigslist, right? Two websites that do not allow for hyperlinks in a regular post. So you want to make sure that you're using this image, not only just on Facebook and other places, but on websites like Instagram and Craigslist. All right, that's an awesome way to generate some great leads off of those two websites, among others. All right, now you got the open house single property websites, the virtual tours, got the e-flyer for your database. Now, this is one way to generate some really good seller leads. All right, getting this e-flyer to your database, letting them know about the open house. It gets people to share it. And what it does is it lets people know that if they live near this property, that when this home is sold, it will affect their home value. And it goes to a listings to leads property valuation landing page that will help generate more seller leads as well. Since I'm here, let's go ahead and just open that up. Let's open up another browser. And you can see what that property valuation landing page looks like. All right. This one in particular, I got a full screen video on it that will start playing. And people can get their home valuation estimate right here. So the e-flyer to my database is absolutely awesome. And you can see here, I've gone ahead and I already put this into Wise Agent. Here's that email in Wise Agent. And I can send this out to my entire database in just a few minutes. And this thing generates some really, really high quality, not just buyer leads out of my database, but also some really high quality seller leads as well. All right. So don't forget about your database. All right. Too many people forget about their database, and then they wonder why they're not generating the business that they thought that they should be. All right. The e-flyer to the seller sphere of influence, mentioned that already. Got print flyers for buyers, but this print flyer for nearby homeowners. Really want to talk about this because this will generate higher quality seller leads than what you're going to see on Facebook. Because similar to the e-flyer for your database, it lets people around the open house know that the home is having an open house, so it serves as a great open house invitation. I can click in here and I can edit this however I want to. You can see here I can just type in, and then when I download the letter, those edits will save. But this also is going to generate really, really high quality seller leads. And if you click on the support tab for it here, you'll see a quick video walkthrough of using this. You'll see a few comments from people. But this thing, I tell you, I would get to the open house an hour before the open house, maybe an hour and a half before the open house, and get that letter, get that invitation to the nearby homeowners. So A, they know who you are, and B, they feel like they're a little bit involved in what you are doing, and you've got some awesome opportunities to generate not just buyer leads, but seller leads from the homes around that listing. All right, so get that letter to the nearby homes to the open house. All right, that's awesome. Even if you're not the listing agent, if you're a showing agent and you're borrowing the listing to hold open and generate leads, you've got to be using that letter. All right, the open house sign-in form that we took a look at a little bit earlier, it's right there. So while you're at the open house, there's also a print version if you want to use that. Then we got some other tools as well that you can take a look at. All right, so not only is Facebook an awesome way to generate some really, really high quality buyer leads from your open house or your coming soon listing, but using all the tools in Listings to Leads is going to help you generate more buyer leads, more referral leads, and more seller leads right from your open house. So if you're not a client already, you can go to listingstoleads.com and sign up for your free trial. If you are a client, let us know what you think. Get with support if you need help with doing any of this. Get yourselves into the mastermind group, and we'll talk to you soon.